Hey guys, as always, it's the Digital Pumpkin Cat, and of course, we will be doing another tier list. I love making these tier lists, and I hope you guys love watching it as much as I do making it, because this will be a little bit of a different tier list. Instead of ranking props themselves, we will be ranking the face molds alone. Nothing about the company or about the paint job or about anything like that, just the face mold. Um, and of course, as you can see here, we have a lot of face molds to rank. Of course, Sunstar clowns. And, everybody's saying that Sunstar doesn't have that much clown face molds. They just keep on reusing them. As you can see here, they have quite a lot of clown face molds that they choose not to use for lazy purposes. They usually just use the top four, like over and over and over and over again, and it's just bad. And yeah, just don't pay attention to the ads, and let's get started with our first and probably most seen Sunstar clown face sculpt. Here we go. So this is of course, the clown face mold with the smirk on it. And I love this face mold. It's always been my favorite Sunstar face mold. It's just such a sinister looking clown, and it would be great as a Halloween mask, as a again prop, as here you could see here, just whatever. This face mold makes Sunstar clowns look 10 times better than they are in terms of quality and ideas. This face mold does it all for the props that do have this face mold on. It's gotta be the best. It's gotta be S tier. I don't think my opinions will change on it. I think, obviously, one of my first Halloween animatronics was a Sunstar prop, since they're all over the place. Got it from Ross. It was a spinning clown, and he had that face mold. And yeah, it's might be because of nostalgic reasons. That might be a smidge part of it, but it's just a great face mold overall, and it's just so sinister looking and so creepy and detailed, fairly detailed. All right, we have this long stretched out clown face, and let me just say, before I rank anything else, I'm only ranking the clown faces that are sculpted to be clown faces, not the faces that are sometimes painted as clowns but used for mostly zombies and witches. They love reusing stuff, if you haven't guessed already. Anyway, yeah, this guy is he reminds me of the Joker face mold. Not because of that here, again, just because of the face molds. It's just because he has a long pointed out nose, a big forehead, the stretched out wide open smile with the pointy chin and stuff, and I just really love it. It's going an A very unique one, and I definitely like how it's hard plastic instead of just a half mask like this guy, and a lot of other guys we'll be talking about, so that's great. And was one of my first props too, that used this face mold. A lot of my first props were Sunstar props and clowns. Yeah, like Swing Chuckles, the guy up there. And, this thing is fine. It's pretty bad. It's kind of just a plastic shell, and the only thing sculpted here are the eyes, nose, and mouth. That's all. And it's bad. It's bad. I gotta say it's bad. Again, all they needed to sculpt here is the eyes, nose, and mouth, and it's so lazy. There's no details in it at all. It's just a face. Alright, next we have the one that looks like the Hatbox Ghost. It is identical to the Hatbox Ghost, this face mold. And I probably like it because of that. And I don't know how I feel about them using that kind of face mold on clowns. It's one-on-one. They knocked off the Hatbox Ghost face mold. It's clear as day. It's literally one-on-one. And again, maybe I like it because of that. Maybe I don't. I don't know. It's going to go in B. It can look scary sometimes, but it usually just ends up looking goofy. It's C. It kind of looks goofy with that one open eye. It looks good on the Hatbox Ghost, but it looks goofy on clowns. I'll put it that way. This is just such a goofy clown with the derpy eyes, and it's just generic and goofy. And if you haven't noticed already, a lot of them are going to be going down there. Now this guy, the sculpt is fine in my opinion. I like how they sculpted the chin unlike many others, and how they gave it more stretch out features like the guy in A here. And I like how they kind of did a sinister looking thing, just like the one up in S tier, and had his eyes slanted unlike all these derpy, goofy looking guys. And I mean, he's pretty generic, but I do like him. B. We have this guy. It's very similar to the one in A, but it's obviously not the same one. That one has like a pointy nose. This one has a bigger smile. You know, all that stuff. And this one's a half shell too. I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's nothing too crazy. I do like the long smile. I do like the big forehead. For some reason, I love big foreheads on clowns. But you know, there's nothing going on here, and it's go good C. There's nothing really wrong with it. It has a bunch of detail on it. It's just nothing going on, you know. This guy, of course, the eyes are so derpy. It was made to be. But then I do like how they sculpted the chin and stuff, just like the guy in B, because these two are very similar. And I don't know, I'm gonna go C. This guy is just so dumb. This guy too, it's just it looks like a screaming child, but for some reason they like use it on millions of clowns. I don't know why, including a Pennywise knockoff. We get a lot of Pennywise knockoffs from Sunstar, and yeah, there's more coming. Anyway, there's this guy too. He's fine. I do like the sinister look for him. Again, I kind of like my sinister clowns, unlike these derpy, goofy-eyed ones. You know what? Let me just change that. And I mean, again, the stretch out features are always nice. I'm gonna put in A. Yeah, there we go. And let me just change this up. This is probably going here. This is probably going here. This guy, yep, that kind of looks valid to me. Here we've got this guy, and I mean, there's nothing much going on here. It's very similar to these two and this one down here, but it's different, and I don't know, see. This guy's pretty unique. I do like him. I like how, he has a lot of detail, like in the ears, in the, I guess, eyebrows and stuff, and the mouth, you can see, like, skin folding, and I do like the look of this guy. I'd say B. And here's our Pennywise knockoff, but I gotta say, I really, really like the face mold. Again, I love the big forehead. I love how he smiles like that. I love the good-looking smile. Love the nose. I love how it's, like, so big, and yet it's, like, one second, and yet it's, like, you know, I love how it's so big compared to all the other stuff on him. A lot of stuff, we don't see that in a lot of clowns, even though they're supposed to have, like, a big red nose. And, yeah, I really like him. I love how, like, you know, it looks kind of like it's supposed to be on a bulky type character, which Sunstar doesn't do that well, but the face does at least, and I love how that has its character, and I think I gotta go A, but I think I gotta go top of A. Alright, this guy is pretty unique too. He's got a bunch of detail in him. He looks sinister too. I'm gonna put him an A. Now, this doesn't even have to be a clown, but they just use this face mold on every single clown they can fit it onto, and no other type prop in any genre. Yeah, I've been doing research for this video, so you're welcome. And I don't know, it's scary, but it's kind of a lazy sculpt. I mean, all they had to do was make an open mouth and sculpt eyes and a nose. So I'd say B, but it is scary and it is doing what it's trying to do. There is a bunch of detail on the forehead and ears, but I mean, it's fine. Then there's this guy. I really like this guy too. I love how the smile is like that. I loved how his eyes are small and his proportions on his face is small, whereas his mouth is huge. And I love that, and it's going in A. This guy, he goes along with the guys down here, kind of, with that face mold, like the first guys out there. He kind of looks like that, but again, he's different. And I don't know, I do own a clown that has this face mold. Not this one, of course. It's the waving guy, but, I don't know. When you put digital eyes on him, he looks better. But we're just talking about the sculpt, so the eyes are out. It's not detailed whatsoever. It's just the smile and just holes for the eyes. And they did sculpt eyebrows on, which is weird. I don't know why those are just painted on. And the nose is like really, really tiny. So I gotta go C probably, but I don't want to put it down there. This guy's really cool. I really do like how this guy looks. It doesn't really look like a clown, but again, they use it on their clowns. They love their clowns. They cherish clowns because they sell. And I don't know, B. I'd say, actually, probably right there at B, maybe. Or I could do that. Yeah. And then this guy, I do own this guy in the picture right here, and I don't know, my guy has a red nose, but it's not sculpted. It's obviously like a red pom-pom. And I like how in this photo the red pom-pom isn't on there, so we can just take a look at the sculpt. And I mean, again, this is sculpted for a clown. I don't know why they just sculpt a freaking clown nose on that you don't have to just throw a pom-pom on there. It doesn't work. Please, just sculpt the clown nose on. It'll take literally like 3 seconds, but they went with like a skeletal nose and the rest is just goofy all clown. It's going down here. It's bad. Next we have the Scarecrow clown. It's fine. I mean, it's just, again, the face, mouth, and nose. Sunstar is very, very lazy when it comes to sculpts. And there's no detail on it, mostly because it's covered by a burlap sack, so I wouldn't know. C. But this guy is really, really unique. I love how he looks like Whack-A-Mole, but it might have got some inspiration off Whack-A-Mole, but it doesn't look like Whack-A-Mole to me. It just looks like another clown with stretched out features. It kind of looks like a skull, but it's so much more different from that and just mutated looking and scary. It's downright scary, honestly, and I really like it. S tier, no doubt. So, yeah, with all of these, actually, maybe except for this guy, but with all of these, you could definitely say Distortion's got one of these sculpts. They could definitely turn it into something pro-looking and something amazing. But, unfortunately, good sculpts like the one in S tier get wasted to Sunstar because they just get turned into clowns over and over and over and over again instead of using them for one special prop. Reused face molds are good sometimes, but SVI, I'm looking at you and your witches. When you keep reusing them, they become unspecial and tiring to look at. And when you see them in every single haunt across the globe, you're gonna, know it's from this crappy company called Sunstar and probably not get scared. But I really wish some of these good face molds went into the right hands instead of Sunstar. And whenever I see a good face mold at Sunstar, I kind of just think to myself, wow, that really got wasted. But even though they get used a bunch of times, you know what I mean. It's just, they have good face molds, they have bad face molds. They use them for all types of purposes, bad and good. But for the most part, I really do like their clown face molds. Again, it gets annoying when they reuse it, but I really do like a lot of them, actually, as you can see here. And a lot of them I hate. Oh, sorry, as you can see here. And I really do appreciate Sunstar for making a bunch of good clown face molds. And I don't think they should keep on reusing them. Maybe just, I don't know, I know they're a really lazy company. Maybe I'd say 3 per prop, maybe. That would probably do them justice, and just stop using them on every single one. But definitely I'd encourage them to use the face molds they haven't used in a while, like some of the ones in A and some of the ones in S. I mean, the first one in S they use all the time. Unfortunately, they use the one in C, the first one in C, like every frickin' single clown prop. And yeah, I just encourage them to use, if not new sculpts, the ones that aren't used much, and the good ones that aren't used much. Let's just put it that way. So thanks for watching. As always, Digital Pumpkin Cat, like and subscribe. This was fun to rank, and I might do more sculpts in the future, no matter what company it is.